Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Owen Talks Drum Corps. We are on episode 11, guys. The drum corps season has ended, but we are still going hard on the podcast here. Remember to follow the Instagram, that is Owen Talks Drum Corps. Subscribe on YouTube, that is Owen Does Band Things. And then follow on Spotify, which is also Owen Talks Drum Corps. Alrighty, guys, today my guest is currently attending the University of North Texas. She is majoring in music education as bass trombone. She marched with the Troopers in 2021's production Unleashed, 2022's production Voracious, 2023's production To Last of the Sun, and lastly, in 2024's production Dance with the Devil. Please welcome my guest today, Chloe.
Hi, my name's Chloe. I did march 4 years of Troopers on Euphonium. This past season, I was a co-section leader, which was a lot of fun. So my question of the week is, would you rather never have cheesy chicken rice for dinner again, or would you never have chicken patty day again?
Ooh.
I know which one I'm picking. I really like chicken cheesy rice.
Really?
It's the best thing on the truck, and that's saying a lot because Troopers food is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? What else is there?
Oh my god. So our head chef Dana, she retired this past season, unfortunately.
Oh.
Food's still great. She trained up some great people, but she would make cinnamon roll pigs in a blanket for breakfast.
What?
They were great, and they kind of sound like kind of weird, like, you know, you're mixing like cinnamon, like icing with like sausages, but they're like so good. They're like my favorite thing. I would eat them, and I would like put so much icing on them, I would feel sick for morning Vig block, and I'd be like, why did I do that? But it was so tasty, it was worth it.
That sounds so unique. That's so cool.
I actually asked her for the recipe, because I liked it so much, and it's like, I forgot what she used, but I think it's like the Pillsbury kind of cinnamon.
Oh, that's
stuff.
sick. That's so cool. I'll have to check that one out, dude. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Well, how was your summer?
It was great. It was one of the hardest summers just because of how hard we were pushing. But I grew so much as a person. Being a section leader for the first time, like, ever in my career, which was, you would think it would be a kind of a shock going from, like, never being in a leadership role to, like, section leader, but, I mean, I'd kind of been practicing it in my head for the past 3 years, so it was whatever.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I mean, and not only do you get to, like, lead your section, but you're leading, though, like, at one point you're leading a whole corps, too.
Yeah, and I think it's, you know, really important to me that I was one of the, I think, like 7 people who were still around from 2021 in the whole corps, and it was really important that I got to kind of have that wisdom and share that tradition and the perspective I had from being, you know, kind of at the start of the rebirth, post-COVID, post-Beyond Boundaries.
Yeah.
To like now when we're like
pretty
good.
Yeah, dude. No, definitely. I mean, I guess we're right into it. How has it been seeing the progress of the Troopers from, like you were saying, from 21 to now, and seeing all the process and everything that's just happened throughout these years?
It's been incredible, honestly. Like, all of the odds have been stacked against us. Coming from 2019, where we were in 8th place corps, 2017, we had some things going on. We had a big overhaul in our directors. And I actually remember the recruitment in 2021 was going so poorly that they resorted to memes to try to recruit people. I kid you not. I marched with a guy, and I love him. He's great. I love him. But he had never marched a season of anything ever before. And Troopers 2021 was his first season.
Wow.
And, like, that's great, honestly. That's one thing I love, that a lot of people had the opportunity to march that season. like me. I was pretty bad, but I grew out of that. Up until now, like, people get cut.
Mm-hmm.
And people want to be in the Troopers,
Mm-hmm.
and people, like, some people think, you know, oh, this is my dream corps. They come to watch us, they cheer us on. They always cheered us on because they always loved us.
Yeah.
But it's great. And the culture, some things change. I've noticed when we have better performers, the culture tradition-wise changes. But it's still a great culture, great place. Like, honestly, I used to be really tradition heavy, really tradition focused. That was really big when I first marched, but I realize now, like, that stuff changes, and that's natural and that's healthy. And I think there's been so much just going on through these past 4 years.
Yeah, man, dude. But that's awesome that you. I mean, did you ever try out for any other course, or was that the only one you were like, I'm here?
No, I never even really thought about it. Like, I auditioned for Troopers originally because my brother had marched in 2017, which was a pretty tumultuous year. The horn line was great, but, like, there were some issues. And fast forward to May of 2021, literally May, and the season started in July 1st, I think. I saw the meme recruitment campaign on Instagram, like, for real. And I was like, whoa, there's free video auditions. I have nothing better to, like, do over the summer. This would be cool. So I signed up. I sent in my box drill. I looked like Michael Jackson. If you take a frame out of, like, me marching backwards, I looked like I was moonwalking. And I made it. And there were no camps or anything because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I showed up. First day, didn't know anybody. Yeah. And then ever since then, my heart's just been set on Troopers. Never auditioned anywhere else.
That's so cool. Even tattoo and everything.
Yeah.
Even tattoo and everything. That's still hard. That's a good one. I'm glad that I mean, like you said, you only really tried out for one, and it stuck.
Yeah.
It stuck to home.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong if, you know, you do march a corps and you want to go somewhere else. I feel like there's a lot of ways to approach this activity.
Yeah. I think it's one of those. I wouldn't call it sad, but it's a little weird because, let's say you're a Troopers for now 4 years, and maybe you catch an eye on another corps.
Yeah.
You're leaving behind your family that you've developed, and so it's weird to see people move from corps to corps, but it's also very much accepted and very cool to see that you're not only taking a leap of faith on your skills with another corps, but you're building another bond somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And just because you leave one corps doesn't mean, you know, you leave that family too necessarily. At Troopers, I'll never judge someone really for wanting to achieve something different or maybe greater than what we have right now. If they ever need a hand, if they ever need anything, you know, they're still part of the Long Blue Line. They still have a home here.
Yeah, dude, that's sick. That's sick. Yeah, man. All right, well, what was your favorite thing you did this past season? Any location, food, off day? I don't know, anything.
Ooh. Okay, so I got my nose pierced.
On tour?
Yes.
Really?
On a free day. I think it was our first free day. It was in Idaho Springs, Idaho Falls, I think. Something like that. I'm pretty sure it was in Idaho. A couple days prior, we were in Rock Springs, Wyoming, and it was so windy outside, like legit windstorm, that Tim Snyder canceled rehearsal, and we all went inside because we literally couldn't hear the box speaking, and there were, like, speakers across the field, so it was crazy. But we went inside, and we were in this basketball gym, and one of my section mates comes up to me and is like, "Do you want to get your nose pierced or you want to get like a piercing like on the free day? I'm like, no. Like, that's not gonna heal. That's like crazy. And then I think about it and I'm like, yes. And so I I asked my bus partner, my seat partner, hey, do you want to get your nose pierced? He's like, sure. He actually got his nose and his ears pierced because he's crazy, but I love him. But yeah, a couple days later, spent most of the free day. There was a piercing place nearby because we got dropped off at a mall. They were very nice. Like the piercing ladies, one of them even knew what drum corps was because she'd marched flute in high school, which was awesome. They were super, super sweet. Yeah, I definitely cried a little when we got pierced, but like it hasn't been giving me any issues, honestly.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think that drum corps and even marching band, it gives a little of it's just so little things like that give you memories, like
Absolutely.
that. I mean, I don't even know how you got your tattoo, but like I bet there's a whole other story to all that.
Oh, well, that one's a little more straightforward. I was waiting a while to like get the tattoo just in case, you know. I actually never planned on getting tattoos. As a kid, I was like afraid to get my ears pierced even. Like I waited until I was 15. But then I realized like I really want a core tattoo. Like it would be really cool. I've marched so many years and I realized like, you know, there's always that fear of like, what if something happens? What if there's like, I don't know, a controversy or whatever. And you know, I might regret my tattoo or whatever. But I realized like I don't wear the sabers for the staff or for, you know, anything, any people, you know, work for the Corps who maybe haven't marched. I wear the sabers for the Long Blue Line, the people who have marched before me, for all the history and the traditions of the Corps and the family and home I've built and that I've helped build. It's a reminder of, you know, this great thing that's happened in my life. So over Christmas break last year, I went ahead and did it. It was great.
Nice. That's yeah. See, even that, like, maybe it doesn't have a super crazy story, but
yeah,
it is still very cool, the backstory of it. And I think I don't know. Again, I guess a little bit to what you were saying about tattoos. Like, I feel like all of them have a story behind it. I was like, I wonder what Chloe's is. Like, well, I wonder what her story behind that is. That's cool, dude. Well, do you have any other cool stories or anything that happened at rehearsals or any of that this past season that you'd like to share?
Well, I mentioned being in Rock Springs during that windstorm, and this is kind of just a funny thing that comes to mind. Our lead trombone soloist, Joshua Parker, we were in that basketball court, and they were telling him to like dunk something because he's really tall and he played basketball. So he dunked a UDB dot book into the hoop, and our drill designer, Lindsay Schuler, took a video and sent it to UDB, and UDB put it on their story.
Oh, you know what? I feel like I have seen that.
Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere. It's been a bit, but that's so cool.
It's like, drum corps is a lot of grinding that stuff out, and like work. But there's like little moments like that, just like slip in the cracks that are really fun.
Dude, that's so cool. That's sick. I mean, not only that, like you were saying, like you have those little moments outside of like performances, but like in performances, like especially this year, like once again, y'all bring like the guitar soloist and all these cool features and backstories to the show itself. How was it like just performing those things? Like let's say it like this. What was your favorite thing about Dance with the Devil this year?
We had a lot of body work and like choreo. It was crazy to like learn how to like do body rolls, and we basically had twerk block. But no, we did so much dancing, and it's like something pretty new to me because if you think about To Last of the Sun, it was a lot of just run and gun, drill, drill, drill. And they changed it up a little this year. There's still some really good drill, but we did a lot of choreo and kind of more advanced, like dancing.
Yeah.
And I think that was just a blast, like to perform and to just get really into the character.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I guess my last question for Dance with the Devil. What was the obviously we see the fight at the end and stuff, but can you walk us through a little bit of the development through the show from the beginning to the end?
Absolutely. Okay, so there is like a whole like design like plan for the show. The idea is you start out and we're starting out in like the Devil's Parade. The euphoniums are and the tubas are between the props, like marching. We're like the Goonies. We are like Satan's like soldiers, I guess.
Little elves.
Yeah, we're the little elves, and we're all under his control. He's jumping around, like threatening us, being scary and stuff. But throughout the course of the show, we begin the show by signing a contract with the devil. It's a continuation of the last show where we lassoed the sun, and so it's kind of like a continuation of like all the pride we felt, and we wanted to reach these great things, and so we felt like we had to sign a contract with the devil to get all that. Throughout the show, he's tricking us, he's being deceptive, deceitful, and we are being deceitful back. At first, we are in his spell, but we start to break out, and we start tricking him. Like, there's some stuff with the staffs, the like light up staffs, where his staff goes missing. It shows up in one other place on the field, and he's like, "What? Like, how did that happen?" Whatever. And eventually, the whole fight scene happens because we get the upper hand on him, and we kill him.
Yeah.
We kill the devil.
That's cool. No, yeah, that's one of those unique things. Correct me if I'm wrong, but has that ever happened where you connect one past year's show to the next one, maybe?
Well, actually, we had a trilogy. I have my own theory about this. I'll get to it in a second. But in 2022, 2023, 2024, and upcoming 2025 are all actually connected. Yeah. The idea is in 22, the show title was Voracious. We were really greedy. It was based on the movie There Will Be Blood. It was loosely based on the plot of the movie There Will Be Blood, where Daniel Plainview, the main character, he's a greedy oil man, and he's just all about oil, and that's our kind of character in the show. We get overcome by greed, and that's why at the end, if you've seen it, our drum major, he turns around and he like gets the oil out of his hat, and he's like screaming, because we've been just entrenched by greed, and that carries over to 23, where it's like the prideful show. To Last of the Sun, we've got all these riches in oil, and now we want to lasso the sun, which is an impossible feat that we end up managing to do at the end of the show, but at what cost? Because in 24, if you actually notice, our uniforms looked like a charred version of the previous year's uniforms, which I didn't even get that until I saw a video of Tim Snyder explaining that, but really cool, because we lassoed the sun, and I guess we got a little too close, and we fell down into hell. And then we got out of hell by killing the devil. And then,
Dang, that's insane.
But my personal way I like to think about it, I like to tie in 2021 by linking each show with one of the 7 deadly sins. So 2021, Unleashed was Rage, or whatever the deadly sin was for Rage. I kind of forgot right now. 22 was Greed, 23 was Pride, 24 was Lust. Yeah.
And now looking forward to next year?
I don't know. The show is out. It's the final sunset.
Will that be the final
show? Final show ever, guys. We're done.
Will we see the Return of the Sun prop?
I think they're trying to sell it. Honestly, I think they're trying to sell it, but I hope it comes back for the sunset. You know,
Dude, that'd be sick. Imagine.
Yeah.
Dude, and then there was I don't know if you ever saw this. I want to say it was Finals that on Flow. I don't know. I forgot. Flow. There was this amazing shot of the like actual sun from like outside of Lucas Oil through the window onto the prop.
Yes.
It was the most badass like shot ever.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was so cool.
That was sick. I was like, oh my goodness.
That sun, like, it's such a cool prop with just all the refractions and like just if you ever get a picture, if you've ever seen a picture of like the sun prop like in front of an actual sunset, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Oh my goodness.
But
yeah.
If you want a really big garden sun for your backyard, you know, hit the Troopers up.
For the show.
We might be able to sell it to you.
Yeah, dude. Well, I guess a little bit backtracking to your time at 2023. Do you have any cool memories or any things that you would never want to forget about 2023?
Oh God, the years kind of blend together.
Yeah, I bet so.
23 to Last of the Sun. It was a really good year for like drill and for like personally like really excelling as a performer, because previously I wasn't the best, but I feel like in 2023 I really locked in. Not only that was my first year being a scaffolding captain, because I've been on scaffolding since 2021, and that year I actually got morning crew, which it's the only time I can ever wake up in the morning is if I have to do scaffolding, and then I'm up like that. But yeah, that year was fun. I had a lot of memories, like on the tour bus, just messing around as you do, or going to the Salem, Virginia dog show and like petting a bunch of dogs.
Aww. Talking about unique, this is a little bit different, but Troopers have so many unique soloists and instruments that not a lot of chords use. We have the harmonica, we have guitars, we have what was it? Yeah, like so many different types of instruments. How was it just getting to march next to those core members that just have different skills that just exceed the show expectation? It's
really great, actually, because everybody who has played like the special instruments have been like great people. Genevieve Batman is the name of the electric cellist. Her name's Genevieve Batman. Awesome name. But she was a great person. She won Trooper of the Year. She's like, you know, super fun, supportive, just solid individual. I never really talked to her much, but she and the harmonica soloist came back this season for TroopCon, and they were playing duets, you know, during spring training, like 1 or 2 days for us. The year after, Jackson, our harmonica soloist, I swear he is one of the kindest, like best, just most awesomest people I've ever met. Like, he is one of those people that you meet and you just get like instant good vibes.
Nice.
And so I hung out with him a lot on free days. He recommended a brand of harmonica for me to start with.
Nice.
Because he's super passionate about the harmonica. He's really good too. So yeah, if you're ever in the Colorado area and you want to hear some harmonica playing, Colorado area is a really big. That's very vague. I forgot where he is in Colorado, but yeah, Jackson Campbell. And then this past season, the electric guitar, he was 15.
What?
He was 15, and he shredded like that.
That's insane. Yeah. I did not know
yeah,
that.
Yeah. And it's really funny because like a lot of people didn't know that a lot.
That's insane. What a guy.
Yeah, no, he's very talented, very talented. I can't wait to see what he gets up to, you know.
Wow, that's insane. Props to him. Shout out. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god.
But it's been great. I'm hoping next year maybe we'll have a jaw harp cello. I don't know if you know what that is. It's the goofy instrument that goes boing, 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 boing. Yeah, look it up.
Dude, all unique stuff. Unique stuff. That's so sick. Well, I guess I do have to ask a little bit moving on. How was your time at 22? Getting to perform at finals?
Oh, yeah.
All those things.
It was a miracle. Our staff said that at the beginning of the season, they thought they were going to have to sign a contract with the devil to get us in the finals, which is really funny, knowing now we did a double show. But honestly, we worked so hard that year, like so incredibly hard, that for me, it felt like finals was just like gonna happen for us. Like, we kind of manifested it.
Aww.
We didn't manifest it. We worked for it. Just constant grind, repping it out, because we weren't exactly made up of the most experienced, talented members. We were made of, there were some great people that year and like some great camaraderie, but a lot of people did not natively play brass, so they took a lot of like, you know, training, kind of getting good. So I swear we only got where we got by literally working harder than anyone else around us. And everybody works hard. Like, drum corps at its essence is, you know, you work hard. But we had to fight. We had to fight for finals. And I remember the moment we found out that we made finals and everybody was just hugging each other at the buses, crying, and it was really nice.
Aww.
And going on that field and hearing for the first time in 13 years, it was surreal. It was very surreal. I actually got interviewed, like, going off of the field, because I was one of the first people to go down the tunnel because of where I was staged. And, you know, he asked me, like, how does it feel to be back in finals? And I'm like, well, I don't remember what finals was like 13 years ago.
Yeah, I've been here since I was born.
Basically, I would have been like 3.
Yeah. That's insane. That's cool, though. What was your answer?
Oh, I was just like, you know, it feels great for the, you know, doing it for the long blue line, doing it for all the people that came before us. You know, I mean, that's real. I say that a lot, but, you know, our alumni are very proud of us, as they should be.
Nice, yeah, definitely, well-deserved. Much improvement and even more to come.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, any other cool core memories from 22 that, again, kind of like the other ones, where off days or rehearsals?
22, actually, I went home for a week because I got COVID.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, and they were still doing that.
Yes, oh my god. I went home in Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas. I came back in New Jersey, which New Jersey was the sweatiest I've ever been in my life. It stained my shirts orange from my core necklace. It was bad. But yeah, I went home for a week. First thing I did after getting home was I ran a mile. And I played Roblox, and I went on, like, a marching band, like, football field map, and I, like, marched my show in Roblox. I got to see all my cats and stuff, but then I went back, and that was interesting.
How times have changed.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Gabe was talking about that, too. On how he had to grab a hotel and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Thank goodness we are, well, I mean, it's still out there, right?
Yeah.
But it's very much more protected now.
Yeah, and they treat it differently now.
Yeah, very much. Very much. Alrighty, well, I guess a little bit of, just wanted to ask, how was your rookie year? You were saying earlier how you just kind of went into it without really knowing much of it. How was the actual season?
I actually didn't like drum corps. Like I didn't like watching drum corps before I marched. My brother tried to show me frameworks when I was probably 10 years old, and I was like, this is so boring. Like, why would you show me this? Like, turn it off. But I mean, I didn't hate drum corps when I marched. I just wasn't super into it. But doing it and watching it are two completely different experiences.
Really?
And doing it, I think, is way more fun. It will also kind of ruin the way you listen to drum corps, because you'll be like, there's a hole in their sound. They're off their dot. They're not on two off.
Dang.
They're not on splitting. But anyway, marching drum corps my rookie season was great. It was hard. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It was very funny at times with the people that we had. It was so touching, because most of the corps that year had never marched drum corps, had never marched troopers. There were only a few vets in the whole corps, and a lot of them dropped out mid-spring training, actually. So you had all these people who were trying to rebuild this corps into something great, using the traditions from way back, and setting it up for future generations to come. And it was such a special year because of that, because of all the people who just loved the corps so deeply, and everybody loves the corps that march now, but they didn't have any competitive aspect to this. It was all business. We're rebuilding the troopers from the ground, basically. And also, another thing about the 2021 season, it was still just a little bit pre-COVID, where it was kind of a wild land.
No, yeah, it was a weird season.
Yeah, no law and order. But since then, I feel like the culture in in drum corps has really improved. But it was definitely a little wild back then still. A lot of stuff that people did not let my 15-year-old self witness. I was very much in the dark about a lot of things, which is very good that they kept me in the dark. Yeah. But I also kind of wish I got to experience all that, in its fullness.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, alrighty, well, as we wrap up this episode, I just wanted to ask, is there anything else that you're looking forward to next season, next couple seasons?
I am excited to see what the final sunset will bring.
Yeah.
And I'm also excited to see, what are we going to do after that? Are we still going to do, dark cowboy shows? Or are we going to, do, light cowboy shows?
Yeah.
But, I'm really looking forward to keeping up with how the corps has been improving each year. I can't wait to see where we'll be, what we'll place, how the culture is going to just, keep rooting itself.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool to see, because not only are you marching all these years, but you're gonna be it seems like you're gonna be a very, very supportive alumni to the troopers.
I'm probably gonna come work for the troopers.
Hey, there you go.
Let's be real.
That's the goal right there.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Now I was watching this guy gets a little bit out of nowhere, but it was a meme going around of the troopers announcing their show at finals retreat, being like, Okay, like this placement for the Troopers and their 2026 production and 27 production and 28 production. It was like real.
I've seen that. Yeah, Tim Snyder, he really loves to mess with the drum corps community, because he's kind of a black sheep, as a lot of people know, and he really does not care what people think of him. So he thinks it's really funny to just announce the show the day after finals, because
Yeah.
he's got it like written. I'm sure he's got it finished. He's got the whole design, like, the story down, and like, why not release this thing that he's passionate about? He knows it's good.
Yeah. You gotta be confident about that. No, but yeah, I think I saw a video somewhere. I don't remember right who or from where, but it was talking about, like, okay, what would be the strategy in that? Because obviously we see many different things. Like, for example, the Bluecoats. They don't show their show until they're about to perform it for the first time, which is insanely cool.
Yeah.
But like, it's so hard to keep a secret in anything nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially with social media and everything. So I can see, like, as a recruitment, because I think that's what they were talking about in that video. It was talking about, like, okay, if we show the people, like the I don't know, I guess I'll just say teenagers or the people who are trying out for Troopers, if we show them what the end goal is, they are more likely to come and try out.
Yeah.
Because they know what they're getting themselves into, rather than other corps with, we don't know about their show until, I don't know, about to start spring training and everything.
And that might be a part of it. I also know, like, I think at this point, if you follow the Troopers, we're going to do another really cool Western cowboy show. So a big part of it is that our design team, they think it's important for people who want to audition, that they know what they're going to march.
Exactly.
And, it would kind of suck if you make a corps and they release the show and you just don't really personally resonate with it. So this way, if I don't want to march the final sunset, I'll march somewhere else. But if I'm really interested in this, if I'm really excited about this, you know what you're getting into.
Exactly. I think I find that pretty cool because, I mean, that's one very much different thing than, like, high school band.
Yeah.
Because in high school band, I don't know other high schools, but, like, at least in my high school, we got our show basically, I want to say it was, like, I don't remember, but it was, like, still far off from marching season. So it was, like, in reality, I mean, it's different because core classes and everything, but in reality, like, if you didn't feel the vibe, it was like, well,
Yeah,
like,
you're not going to go to another school.
Yeah, like, exactly. So, but I guess with drum corps, it is a little bit different in that, like, every corps has a different thing. Again, the Troopers releasing the show very much early. Bluecoat's not releasing the show literally till last second. Other corps may not release their show title, but they release the music to the members, and starting to give them snippets of what's supposed to be, which is cool for I think any of the scenarios are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They all have their good and bad.
Another thing is, before this past season, Tim released the entire MIDI of To Dance with the Devil on YouTube. I think I don't remember what month, but it was pretty early. It was like January, February, something like that. So, like, our whole show was just online, like an official release. He's like, hey, if you like this, tune in,
Yeah.
No secrets.
Yeah, no, it's this is weird. This is, like, kind of off topic, but like, as because I'm majoring in marketing, and, like, I just think of that, like, as a business idea.
Yeah.
Because, like, it truly is, like, not like, that's not a controversial take on releasing your whole show online, but, like, it's like, oops, I leaked the show, and all of a sudden everyone's talking about the Troopers.
Yes,
Everyone's talking about their show. So that's a I don't know. As a marketing person, I see that. I can see that vision.
One thing about Tim Snyder, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
He owns Box 5. He's a businessman.
So yeah, it's a good strategy. It's definitely a good strategy. Yeah, dude. Well, I guess my last question, or no, two more questions I have is my first question here would be, what would be 3 pieces of advice you would give to someone wanting to join the drum corps world?
Well, first of all, know what you're getting into. because, it can be really fun and exciting to, like, just come in fresh and, like, no idea what you're going to do. But it's really important for your safety and for your experience that you, like, do the research, especially on what corps you're going to join. Prepare your body, get an idea of what you're going to need and how much time you're going to roughly spend on, rehearsal versus yourself. So just be informed and be ready, because it can be very, very stressful your rookie year, just going into all this. Another thing is make friends. Please. Everybody wants to be your friend unless you're, like, super weird, but I'll trust that you're not.
Nobody's weird in drum corps. I mean, like,
everybody's a little weird.
I like to say that we're unique.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we all have our own thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're doing this crazy activity. We're a little weird. But yeah, make friends because, when you have these hard days and you feel like giving up, which everybody hits a wall. Some people hit lots of walls, but when you have these hard days, you can lean on your friends and you can support your friends. They'll support you. It's really important to just, like, make those connections. Those friendships will literally last you, like, a lifetime. I still talk to a lot of people from 21 who are just great, fun people. I guess the third thing, what would the third thing be? I guess, like, really pay attention to the culture of the corps you want to join. Because not only the culture, but also administrative things. Like, there's some groups that don't really run as smoothly as others, and you have to think that you are giving your life. You're giving, like, all your living situation, your food situation, your money, yes, absolutely, sometimes too much money, to, a bunch of people who are going to take care of you for, like, 2-3 months. And, you're going to be surrounded in this culture that you cannot escape. You are living with these people, sleeping in a gym with them, on buses, crowded buses for 3 months. You have to make sure that whoever you end up with is going to have your best intent in mind, which most corps do, but there's been directors in the past who have not been the greatest. I can even say Troopers 2017 was a little bit like this. It was kind of a bad year for people, but, stay safe. If there's anything weird going on, please report it, because the most important thing is not, what you place. It's not, how long, how hard, how well you're rehearsing. It is your safety as a member and your experience overall. So, yeah.
Awesome. Perfect advice, I would say. I always tell, like, whoever I'm interviewing, I'm like, everyone has their own unique things they focus on, which is very cool. Like, for me, at least, like, I take this to heart because of, like I said, I haven't marched drum corps yet, but it's something I'm already looking forward to. And it's one of those things of, like, okay, like, learn, not mistakes, but learn from this, learn from that, learn from little things like that. So it's awesome to hear all of y'all's opinions on feedback on what to look forward to.
For sure.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, as we wrap up the episode, I wanted to ask if you want to shout out anybody who supported you throughout these years, anything like that.
I would like to shout out everybody I marched with in 21 who really guided me. I was very much a child, and they're all very, very protective of me. I would like to shout out my parents for supporting me. I would like to shout out Lindsay Schuler, Dr. Lindsay Schuler, our former drill writer, for being an absolute inspiration of a woman, the first woman drill writer in finals, like, ever. she's amazing, super talented. I'd love to shout her out. Yeah, I would like to shout out my homeboy Tarek Murray, who was a tuba player in 23 and 24. Or, sorry, 22 and 23. And he was our head drum major in 24, and he was great. He is one of the kindest people, care the most, about the well-being of others. Really great dude. He also apparently looked like he had like 3 kids and 2 divorces. So that's great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, shout out to everyone in the Troopers team. Literally keep up the same work. It's, as a viewer, it's insane to see the progress from year by year. Yeah. Again, like we've been talking this whole podcast, but it has been an awesome thing to see.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're only going up from here.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's literally there's no path. Alrighty, well, do you want to plug anything?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, okay, perfect, all good. Alrighty, guys, well, we'll wrap up the episode right here. It's, again, episode 11. The drum corps season has ended, but we have not. We keep going. From here, many more interviews to come very soon. The list is long. The list is very long. The list is long. I will show Chloe right here. The list is long. The list is long. The list is long. But yeah, guys. Alrighty. You guys remember to subscribe on YouTube. That is Owen Does Band Things. Follow on Instagram. That is Owen Talks Drum Corps. And then follow on Spotify as well, which is also Owen Talks Drum Corps. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Join Troopers.
Hell yeah. Let's go, bro.
Okay, that's great.